Jill Kramer before we started this interview, and I asked the TCU coach, "How you doing?" She said, "Great." And I said, "Well, why wouldn't you be?" Because the Horned Frogs swept Texas last night, and Jill, I got to tell you, you had to be surprised watching it unfold, because those of us watching it on TV probably were kind of shocked.
Yeah, I think some things are starting to come together for our team. That was the best thing to see unfold. I've done some things a little bit different this year that has helped me coach them better and kept our focus a lot more on our side of the net. And I think they're just becoming a lot more consistent with that, and partly because we're becoming a little bit more consistent with that about how we approach them. So that's what I like to see unfold, was them starting to put things together.
Yeah, but you'll take the victory. The first victory in history. Yeah, the first victory in history for TCU over Texas. Now, you played at TCU in the mid to late '90s. Do you have memories of playing Texas? And did you guys even face each other back then?
I don't think we ever played them. Not in my career. I don't think we ever played them.
You most recently were the head coach at West Virginia. Your resume is good. I like it when a coach builds up. You were a club coach in Texas, assistant coach at, among others, UTSA, Alabama, Virginia, then most recently the head coach at West Virginia. It had to be really exciting to come back and take this job. Were you taken aback at all that you weren't going to be called the coach, though? You were the director of volleyball?
Oh, no. I know I'm a coach. So it's just I'm doing more. I oversee our or beach program also. And I'm in charge of, it falls on my lap ultimately. I don't know if the good will, but the bad will, So that's why it's called director of volleyball. And I like it. I think it's fine. I actually got my degree in business here, and I kind of get to manage some things other than just the court, which is really cool.
When you accepted this job, you had to be thrilled that you were going back to your alma mater. But what did you see in the short term and the long term? Because the cover wasn't there. It wasn't like it was a program in dire straits, but it needed to be taken up to the next level, which is obviously happening. 16-5 overall, 6-3 in the Big 12, and your losses are all so-called good losses: San Diego, SMU, Texas, Kansas, and Iowa State. So it's not like you're looking at it and saying, "Oh, we've struggled."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had some changes in the roster. We've had some additions, and had some other players go other places, and I think everybody that's here is really bought in, and that's been the most important part, is that we couldn't have some people 50%. You had to be all or nothing, and that's really what needed to happen. And same thing from our staff. We have a staff that all approaches our players the same way, which, when I first got into coaching, I thought, man, I need somebody, because I'm pretty positive. I don't know, just always seeing the best in things. And I kind of wanted someone to balance me out at the beginning of my career. And I learned really quickly that's not what works for me. I needed people that are like-minded, and we just have a really strong learning environment, all on the same page. And I think that helps.
Yeah. Well, for example, like watching you coach and seeing the match last night, you look like you were just having a ball. I mean, you smile a lot. You're into it with your players. You enjoy it, which there's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah, no, I'm in it. I'm in it every point with them. And I think, especially when you're building relationships with a new team, they have to know you have their back, and so that's really what I try to show them on every day.
Let's talk a little bit about some of your kids. Serena Mickles last night, 11 kills, 12 digs. Ashley Smith, 8 kills, and she lays some lumber to the ball. Going through a couple of the other stats, Ashley Martin and Reagan McGuire had 7 kills each, which indicates, of course, that you had balance, and then you guys blocked the heck out of the ball. I didn't realize this till I was doing a little research. You've outblocked the other team 18 times. And of course, your blocking is one of the biggest reasons why Texas struggled so much. I think it was a season low hitting percentage for them.
Mm-hmm. I think they've made blocking a part of their identity. We have shown a lot of consistency in the gym every day with the things that we do. And I think our kids' vision is really good. I think they try, Brian, one of our assistants, does the majority of the scouting, and they've got a really great relationship with him, and they trust him. And so that's been helpful. And I think, leading up to it, we were really, really talking about effort and the way they approached every point, and knowing that every team we are going to play are going to have some great swings, especially when we play a team like Texas. They're going to crack some balls, and it's kind of just letting it go and moving on to the next point. I think for the first time this year, we saw them do that really consistently. We've had moments of it, and they were really consistent with it last night, which helped us.
Well, when you went to TCU in 1996 as the former Jill Pape, you were the first volleyball scholarship athlete there.
Mm-hmm.
Things have changed a little bit in 20 years. And in this "what have you done for me lately" world, now you go to K-State this weekend. And, the key, I guess, for you as a coach is keeping them dialed in and hey, it's great that you beat Texas, but, right?
Right. Nothing changes. Like, we keep things the same in practice. We keep things the same in our serve and pass when we go there. There's a huge football game here tonight. So our day's a little bit different. We're going to practice here just a little bit because most classes have been canceled, right? So we get one day here, and then we have one day to practice at K-State, and then we play them, So we've got a good rhythm. I think our team likes our rhythm, and we just want them to get back in the gym and keep working on the things we've been working on.
Good deal. It's exciting to see what you're doing, and it's really fun to talk to you, and I really appreciate the time.
Thank you, Lee.